have some visitors upstairs, so hope there's not too much background noise. Yeah, I just thought I would do an spring update video like I'm known to do. I'll let you know I'm not, I'm still alive. Yeah, I don't know if you follow my Instagram. I haven't been posting on there just because I switched phones and I haven't put Instagram on my new phone. So it's been a little dead on there. I'll get some stuff up there, little updates. So what has been going on around here? A lot. Not a ton of golf because my golf course was closed for renovations. They were planning to have it open as a modified 9-hole by the beginning of the season. With COVID and everything, that's been pushed out. It was pushed out till it was supposed to be next Monday, and it just got pushed out another week from 9-hole. And then ideally the full 18 will be open in July. I don't think that's going to happen. So I sort of don't have a golf course right now. I've been sort of going around and trying to find places. It's it's pretty spread out up here in the Toronto area, so there are a little bit of treks to get to some of these places. So I have been able to get practice in, but not a lot of rounds. That being said, I have played 2 tournaments, so out of 4 rounds in total, 2 of them have been qualifiers. So not a lot of chance to get the game sharp, a lot of rust. That all being said, I only missed qualifying by 2 shots. So I was like a top 20, I guess, out of like 60 guys in the first one. And then the amateur, which was, at a really great course, Toronto Golf, not so well. But it wasn't because I played badly. Just I found the greens really slow. And so the growing season up here has been terrible. Like my 2 rounds and practice rounds were like, I managed to get a practice round there, and it was like 41 degrees. It was 41 degrees both rounds I played. So, and then, there was a frost delay of an hour and a half at my first qualifier, and then the second qualifier it was significantly warmer. So I've gained a club. I might have mentioned that in an earlier video, but I've been able to practice at my work. I work at a golf store, and we have simulators in there for people to try out clubs, and I've been able to practice in there, before shifts and, on lunches, through the winter. It's been great. So like when I get warmed up, I've gained, about 20 yards. Like I was probably about 138 carry. On good ones, I'm getting up to 255 maybe I'm showing a little video here of obviously that's like a full at the end of a full session, and but there's some significant gains, and I've gained like a club in my irons, which is great. So I've hit the ball great at the amateur qualifier. I just putted atrociously. Like I couldn't adjust to the greens I found them very slow. So I'm gonna, there's things that I have to work on, adjusting to greens that are not what I expect. And other folks did it great. So something there for some homework takeaways for me. But I hit the ball great. I just ran out of energy the last 2 holes because I hadn't played any rounds. It was a very hilly course. So, but I hit 10 of 14 greens. 10 of 14 fairways. And I hit a lot of greens. I just didn't stay on the greens, or a lot of fringes and stuff. So just my short game being what it was, not sharp, and very tight lies, not having a lot of confidence in my wedges right now. Just stuff I'll get through. So a little bit of practice and getting out on the course, and just working on that stuff, which is what I like to do. I'll be fine. So my long game is in great shape. So yeah, not the greatest result in the amateur. It was a long course, like 6,800 yards for me. It's a long day. But the mid-am, I almost got in there. So that's pretty cool. So if you go back to my goals video, it's like how to play as many tournaments as I can. So I've played 2 already. And then when I'm in those tournaments, don't worry about my score. And I did that both events. Like I closed 1 under in my last 4 holes on the mid-am qualifier, it was great. I mean, I was sort of tripped up by the Frost delay, and I definitely learned that I'm not warming up enough. I was having some back issues only because I wasn't really warming up. I was just jumping in and hitting balls and like not really taking my time and getting, hitting some little wedges. So it was a really good wake up call. That all being said, yeah, I mean, the game is in great shape. So, and I'm mentally, I feel like I'm in a really good place. So I just need to get a little bit of rust off. I've been sort of playing a little bit here and there, but nothing's, steady. So I'll get back in there. I've been caddying a lot, or just started caddying, which is great. This is something I was going to do sort of full time. I had actually arranged to caddy in February 2020 on Long Island and at a great course. And then March 2020 happened, and so everything was shut down, obviously. So I don't know if you had a chance to watch the Canadian Open, but I caddied in. There was 2 pro-ams, a Monday and a Wednesday. So I caddied in both pro-ams, and we were paired with some great players. I was paired with Justin Rose, or our group was. I wasn't caddying for him, but our group was with him. And then the back nine, it was Dylan Wu, who just just won on the Corn Ferry Tour. And then the first day, Roger Sloan, which is a great Canadian player that I wasn't really familiar with, played. And because they were threatening rain on the Tuesday, he played the full 18 with the guys. And so that, I don't know if that was planned or whatever, but so I was able to sort of just interact with him a little bit more, interacted with Justin Rose's caddy a little bit more about some of the things they were working on, saw him working with his swing coach that obviously came to fruition. I don't know if you caught his, bogey for a 60 on the last round. And now if you're watching this a little later, they're down playing the US Open right now, which is pretty awesome. So, and now I'm caddying at the course that hosted the Canadian Open. So St. George's, which is a great golf course in the Toronto area. So that is great. So I've got potentially a place to play there. Apparently I have playing privileges, but I'm going to do a few loops and, get sort of solidified there before I, start reaching out to them. I know they're busy and the membership wants to get back on the course and, after, the sort of it being closed for most of the season. I know what that's like, being at Bethpage where, it was closed for the PGA, and I know what it's like just to be standing there looking at a closed golf course. So I totally sympathize, and I don't want to overstay my welcome there. But yeah, so my next event isn't until October, but I'm gonna try to slot in something in September, and then there's potentially something I could play in August. It's a pro event, but I could just go there and slap around, stay out of people's way, at least get under some pressure. I had signed up to play in the USGA Mid-Am. Work got a little nuts, and they were switching around our schedule, so I wasn't quite sure what my financial situation would be like, and so I pulled out of that, which sort of sucks. But this all leads to good stuff. I mean, I'm sort of piecing together, where I'll be over the next few years, and I'm just going to figure out if it's here or maybe back on Long Island. I don't know. I'll have to see where work takes me and opportunities, but yeah, it just feels like I'm in good shape. I just, like it's another year where I'm just sort of having a half year, but that's okay. Like, I've got 2 more years till I'm 55. If I put a target on the wall, and that gives me a whole year, I'm hitting the ball great. Like, so my short game has always been my good part of my game. So, and it was my irons that, my long game that I was making me rely on my short game. So now it's almost like I'm playing a different game, which is great. So, yeah, these are all positives. So it's great to I'm caddying. I'm still working. I have a job, which is great. So, we'll just get, the golf course up and running and get some reps in there. And then, ideally, best case scenario, I get 3 more events in. Worst case scenario, I get 1 more event in. But my goal was to play in as many tournaments as possible, and that might be it. But hey, I already have my flight booked to go down to Long Island, so I'm there, it'll be good to be back in New York City again. I'm missing it a lot. So there we go. I just wanted to let you know I'm alive. I'm playing golf to a certain degree. Not that I'm bored and don't want to play anymore. I'm despondent. Like I really want to play. It's just like I don't have anywhere to play. There's places I can play, but they're just such a trek. Like just given where I am, I'm just sort of like I'll just wait because it's the other where I play is just so easy to get for me with transit, and I do have access to a car, but it's just like just schlepping through traffic. And anyways, so these are, as I always like to say, these are very, very good problems. So there you go. A little bit of a rambling video. I'm just keeping an eye on the time here. So caddying, played 2 events, got a top 20 in one. My scoring average is already lower than it was for last year, so that's great. Oh yeah, I'm using those Tiger stats, and it's great. It's totally illuminating where I need to work on or where my strokes are going out the window. And so even after 2 rounds. So if I do that for 2 seasons and I start to see some, some trends or some improvements, I think those are great. So if you can get on those, those Tiger, I have them in the video, my goals video, what they are. Maybe they'll help you out. They're totally helping me out. So, the bag is great. Bag's the same. I'm just up here in Canada doing my thing. It was a terrible, terrible spring. I mean, our golf season didn't start until the 2nd week of April, and our 2 qualifiers, the 3rd week of April, let's say, and then my first qualifier was like the first, like May 6th, so they start really early up here, and it's sort of like it's over, and like it's technically over. I could have done one more qualifier, but it's not like New York, Long Island area where there's like 15 events I could play in. So I've been sort of tracking those, and sort of like budgeting. Maybe if I'm back down there, spoiler alert, we'll figure that out though. Don't put the cart before the horse is a good way to live your life. So there you go. A long rambling video here today, but I just wanted to check in. Things are going well. If any new subscribers, thanks for joining along. Again, these are just really raw little videos that I put up almost for myself. There's just to sort of see where I'm at, and it's good. I like looking back at the old ones and sort of like, seeing how my expectation level was. It was interesting, and now I'm actually doing it, and it's great. It's totally getting me focused on what I need to actually work on. So I think that's great. I'll just keep plugging away. I'll probably do a check-in once I know what my schedule is. If I can get in those 2 extra events, like maybe in mid-August, I'll do one before I lead up to if I sign up and I have the money and a little bit of accommodations and driving for both of them. They're not in the Toronto. They're in the Toronto area there, but they're definitely treks. So I'll sort of see how the next couple, now June and July, go financially, and make sure I'm not extending myself, overextending myself. So there you go. I just hope you guys are doing great. Thanks for anybody that's following along that's new. Thanks for anybody that's been sticking around and dealing with these, fairly long-winded, excuse-ridden videos. And I just hope your season's going great. If you're playing in any events, great. If you're just having fun and you're trying to improve, great. If you're just out there playing with your buddies and hacking it around, great. I try to follow back people that follow when I get the notifications. I think there's Firefighter Golf. There's a couple really great people. Sorry if I've forgotten anybody that I check in on. They're great to see the videos and see what everybody's doing. We'll just keep plugging along. This year might not be the craziest year for tournaments, starts, but hang tight. I feel I'll be in good shape come senior golf days. 55. So 55 and staying alive. So there you go. Again, thanks so much. I know these videos are always sort of boring, me just sitting here, but it is what it is. And we'll see you. I'll do another check-in video, and we'll see you in the next video as always. And thanks for watching. Bye for now.